Have you ever bought a book because you believed it would change your life, only to watch it gather dust on your shelf? You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week, then next month. Meanwhile, someone else is reading, learning, and becoming the person you dream of becoming. The truth is shocking. Finishing a book every week isn't about having more time. It's about learning a completely different way to think. Most people don't fail because they hate reading. They fail because they expect motivation to appear first. But motivation doesn't come before action. It comes after action. Read one page, and your brain wants another. Read 5 pages, and suddenly you're completely focused. Success begins with a tiny step that feels almost too easy to fail. Busy people often say they don't have time to read, yet they spend hours scrolling through social media without realizing it. Imagine replacing just 25 minutes of scrolling with 25 minutes of reading. In 1 year, you wouldn't just consume information. You would completely transform the way you think. The world's most successful people rarely have extra time. CEOs, athletes, entrepreneurs, and world leaders all protect their reading habit because they know books compress decades of experience into just a few hours. Every page you read is like borrowing someone else's lifetime without making their mistakes. Here's the secret nobody tells you. You don't need to read faster. You need to stop reading perfectly. Most people reread the same sentence again and again because they're afraid of missing something. But progress beats perfection every single time. Keep moving forward. You can always come back later. Imagine your brain as a muscle. Reading one chapter isn't impressive. Reading every day is. Tiny actions repeated consistently become unstoppable momentum. The person who reads 20 pages every day will always outperform the person waiting for the perfect weekend to begin. There's a simple rule that changes everything. Never stop reading in the middle of a chapter. Stop in the middle of an interesting idea instead. Tomorrow your curiosity will pull you back automatically. Instead of forcing yourself to begin, your brain will already be eager to continue. Another powerful trick is to remove every obstacle between you and your next reading session. Keep a book on your desk, one in your backpack, one beside your bed. Make reading easier than opening another social media app. The easier the habit, the more unstoppable it becomes. Forget about reading for hours. Promise yourself just 10 minutes. Most days you'll continue far beyond that, because starting is always the hardest part. Small promises build trust with yourself. And self-trust is the foundation of every extraordinary habit. Everything you've learned so far is only the beginning. The next strategy is used by elite learners to finish books faster without sacrificing understanding. Once you master it, reading one book every week won't feel difficult anymore. It will feel completely natural. Here's what separates ordinary readers from extraordinary learners. They don't read every word. They read for ideas. Most books contain a handful of life-changing concepts hidden inside hundreds of pages. Instead of trying to memorize everything, train your mind to hunt for those golden ideas. One powerful lesson applied is worth more than an entire book forgotten. Reading without thinking is like eating without digesting. The words enter your eyes, but they never become part of your life. Pause after every chapter and ask yourself one simple question. What's one idea I can use today? That single habit transforms information into action, and action changes your future. Remember the 80-20 principle. Around 20% of a book often delivers 80% of its value. Don't feel guilty if some chapters are less useful than others. Slow down when you discover something important. Speed up when the message becomes repetitive. Smart readers manage their attention, not just their time. Your brain loves routines. Read at the same time every day, in the same place, with the same cup of coffee or tea. Soon, your mind will automatically enter reading mode. You won't rely on willpower anymore. Your environment will do the work for you. Every notification steals more than a few seconds. It steals your focus. Research shows that once you're interrupted, it can take many minutes to fully concentrate again. Silence your phone. Close unnecessary tabs. Protect your attention as if it were your most valuable possession, because it is. Waiting in line, riding a bus, sitting before a meeting. These tiny moments seem meaningless, but together they create hours every week. Successful readers don't wait for free time. They capture forgotten moments and turn them into progress. Many people obsess over finishing chapters. Instead, measure consistency. A person who reads 20 minutes every day will finish far more books than someone who reads 5 hours once a month. Great achievements are built through ordinary days repeated again and again. Stop saying, "I'm trying to read more." Instead, tell yourself, "I am a reader." Your habits always follow your identity. When you believe reading is part of who you are, picking up a book becomes as natural as brushing your teeth. Celebrate every finished chapter, every completed book. Every day, you stay consistent. Progress deserves recognition because your brain repeats what it rewards. Small victories create unstoppable momentum, and momentum turns impossible goals into everyday habits. Now you know how to build the habit, but one final obstacle remains. What happens when you lose motivation? What do you do when life becomes chaotic and you feel like quitting? In the next part, you'll discover the mindset that keeps successful readers going long after everyone else has given up. Here's a truth that changes everything. Motivation is unreliable. Some mornings you'll wake up inspired. Most mornings you won't. If your reading habit depends on how you feel, it will disappear the moment life gets difficult. Winners don't wait to feel motivated. They act first, and motivation follows. Discipline is simply keeping a promise to your future self. Everyone skips a day. Successful people do too. The difference is that they never skip 2 days in a row. One missed day is an accident. 2 missed days become a habit. If life gets busy today, simply promise yourself you'll be back tomorrow. Consistency isn't about perfection. It's about returning before quitting. Don't compare your reading speed with anyone else's. Some books deserve slow reflection. Others can be read quickly. Your goal isn't to race through pages. It's to grow with every chapter. A slow reader who applies ideas will always outperform a fast reader who forgets everything. Knowledge without action changes nothing. After finishing each chapter, choose one lesson and use it before the day ends. Read about productivity? Organize your desk. Read about confidence? Speak up in your next meeting. Books become powerful only when their ideas become your actions. The people around you influence your standards more than you realize. Spend time with people who value learning, curiosity, and growth. Join a reading community. Share your progress, or simply talk about the ideas you discover. Growth becomes easier when it surrounds you. Your first hour sets the tone for the rest of your day. Instead of grabbing your phone the moment you wake up, spend just 15 minutes with a book. Feed your mind wisdom before the world fills it with distractions. The quality of your mornings determines the quality of your future. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself 1 year from today. You've finished more than 50 books. Your confidence has grown. Your conversations are richer. Your decisions are wiser. Your opportunities are bigger. That future isn't built in one day. It begins with the next page you read today. One page seems insignificant. One chapter doesn't feel life-changing. But day after day, week after week, those tiny efforts compound into extraordinary results. Success is rarely explosive. It's usually invisible, until one day, everyone notices the person you've become. Every book you finish quietly rewires the way you think. It changes the questions you ask, the choices you make, and the goals you chase. Long before the world notices your success, your habits have already begun transforming your identity. Every page is shaping the person you're becoming. You're only one step away from mastering this habit forever. In the final chapter, I'll reveal the simple weekly system that makes finishing one book every 7 days feel almost automatic. If you stayed with me this far, you're already different from most people, and the best lesson is still ahead. Now it's time for the system. Stop thinking about finishing an entire book. Instead, divide it into 7 equal parts. If your book has 280 pages, read just 40 pages each day. Suddenly, the impossible becomes manageable. Big goals become small daily wins, and small daily wins create extraordinary results. Don't ask yourself when you'll read. Decide before the day begins. Put reading on your calendar exactly like a meeting that cannot be canceled. Successful people Don't leave important habits to chance. If it's scheduled, it's protected. Never underestimate the power of seeing your progress. Every completed reading session deserves a check mark. Every finished book deserves celebration. When your brain sees visible progress, it craves more. Momentum becomes your greatest source of motivation. Whenever you catch yourself saying, "I don't have time," ask a better question. Where did my time actually go today? That simple question exposes hidden hours spent scrolling, waiting, or procrastinating. Awareness is the first step toward change. Every life-changing journey begins with one decision. Not tomorrow, not next Monday, today. The first page you read today could introduce an idea that changes your career, strengthens your relationships, improves your health, or completely transforms your future. Picture yourself 12 months from today. You've finished more than 50 books. Your confidence has grown. Your conversations have depth. You solve problems faster. You think differently. People ask what changed, and the answer is simple. You changed one habit, and that one habit changed everything. Forget competing with everyone else. Your only competition is the version of yourself who keeps making excuses. Every page you finish is proof that you're becoming stronger than yesterday. That's the only race that truly matters. The books you choose today become the thoughts you think tomorrow. Those thoughts become your decisions. Those decisions become your habits. And your habits eventually become your destiny. The future isn't something you discover. It's something you build, one page at a time. So here's my challenge to you. Don't wait for the perfect time. Pick one book today. Read your first page before this day ends. Then come back and tell us the name of the book you're starting. Your journey to reading one book every week doesn't begin next Monday. It begins with the page waiting for you right now. Because one page becomes one chapter. One chapter becomes one book. One book becomes a new mind. And a new mind creates a new life.